Hi everyone, welcome back. Now that you are well aware of what Microsoft Fabric is, in this lecture and onwards, we will see how to integrate this Microsoft Fabric with one of your most favorite and the most popular Microsoft product, that is Power BI. In this tutorial, you learn how to use data flows Gen 2 and pipelines to ingest data into a lakehouse and create a dimensional model. You then learn how to generate a beautiful report automatically to display the latest sales figures. So let's get started. Again, to reiterate, the steps would be to first prepare and load data into a lakehouse, then you build a dimensional model in that lakehouse, and finally create a report with Quick Create. And before we get started, let me confirm you that you have enabled Fabric for your organization and you have downloaded the Power Query template, which is included in the resources section of this tutorial. So we are over here at app.fabric.microsoft.com home. Over here you have all of these options of Power BI, Data Factory, Synapse Data Engineering, Data Warehouse, Data Science, Real-Time Analytics. You can go ahead, read documentation, explore the communities, and of course there are some other options over here which are the general Microsoft products like Outlook, Word, Excel, OneNote, etc. that you can click and reach here. So what you have to do now is click on Power BI. So we click on Power BI and we reach over here on this screen of Power BI under app.fabric.microsoft.com. Now, over here on this Power BI screen, you have options to create the reports directly. You have these recommended options to, the frequently opened file, how to get started with Power BI, and you can scroll down further towards the right and see what are the other options, some important how-to videos and blog articles as well. There are some other important information up around here. There are options to download the reports, options to do some settings and notifications, and of course, look at your account. Uh, Towards the bottom, you have options to look at the recent files that you have worked upon. And towards the left, you have options to create new Power BI reports, look at the matrix, apps, and workspaces. So the two things that you can do over here is go to your workspace, or if you have not already created one, you can go to workspaces, choose one of the existing ones, or click on new workspace and create a new workspace by giving it a name or and giving it a description. So let's call it Udemy underscore workspace, and for Microsoft Fabric demo. So rest everything I'm sure you can skip. Just click on apply, and then you would then be into the Udemy workspace. If you want to switch the workspace, you can just click on workspace and go back to the other workspace that you have. And if you want to go back to the recent workspace that we have created, you can just come up here. Now over here, what you have to do is click on new. Other things that you can do is you can upload few files over here from OneDrive, from SharePoint. You can create apps, manage accesses, etc. But currently there is nothing over here. So what we do is we click on new. We have options to create reports, scorecards, dashboards, data sets, data flows, etc. I would recommend you to click on show all here. So in this new item creation screen, there are more options under data engineering, data factory, etc. Under data engineering, we have options to create a lake house and operationalize your workflow to build, transform, and share your data estate. You can create notebooks, Spark, job definition. Under data factory, you have data flow, Gen 2, and data pipeline. Under data science, you have models, experiments, and notebooks, data warehouse, and then further you have options under Power BI. So you can choose from one of the many things that you can see over here. What we will do is we will click on Lakehouse. under the data engineering category, and we have to call this something. So we will call this as sales lakehouse. Okay, and then we click on create. So once we do that, we will get to the lakehouse editor, right? This, the thing that will open up now is the lakehouse editor, and our lakehouse that we have just created would appear over here, and there are a lot of things that we can currently do. So we have option to refresh the data. We have some settings that we can choose from. We can get data from a new pipeline gen 2. We can upload files from here. We can open notebooks like an existing or create a new one. We have explorer. So once we have created the sales lakehouse, there are tables and then there are files. So currently these are empty, but once we load the file that we have shared in the resources section, you will see that this will get populated. So again, on a bigger picture, we have the get data in your lakehouse option. You have options of new data flow, gen 2 pipeline, notebook, shortcut, etc. So you select new data flow gen 2. Okay, and you can do that from a lot of other places. So this will open up our data flow, and we will see in the next lecture how to load data into our lakehouse. But I'm sure it's kind of clear what we have done over here. To recap, we go to Microsoft Fabric, we choose the Power BI option, we go to our workspaces, we created a new workspace, and in that new workspace, what we did was we created a new lakehouse from the data engineering section. We gave our lakehouse a name, and then we have chosen to get data from new data flow gen 2. Now, in the coming lecture onwards, we will see how to prepare and load data in your lakehouse. Thank you, and I will see you in the next lecture.